Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Where Bill Cowher got it right and wrong with his top 5 Steelers defensive players. While he was a part of CBS NFL Coverage Sunday, former Steelers coach Bill Cowher was asked to give his top 5 Steelers defensive players of all time. This was Cowher's list, and his explanations for his rankings. 5. Troy Polamalu, Defensive Player of the Year, 2010. This guy created havoc. I never saw a guy who made more plays and did more things that could disrupt an offense. 4. TJ Watt, this guy is at an all-time pace to be the all-time sack leader. He's been the sack leader 3 times over the last 4 years. 3. Mel Blount, 4-time Super Bowl winner. Changed the game as a cornerback. 2. Rod Woodson, the best defensive player I ever coached was Rod Woodson. We had him on offense and could return punts. He did it all and made plays. 1. Joe Green, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. This guy means everything to Pittsburgh. He exemplifies what a Steeler is. As Cowher implied, you can't really go wrong with any of those choices. At least you can make a case for all 5. However, I don't think you can make a top 5 list and leave Jack Ham and Jack Lambert off of it. One might have to get squeezed out, but not both. This would be my list. 5. Jack Ham, this was a coin flip between Ham and Lambert. As a kid growing up, I certainly remember more about Lambert. He was one of my favorites, and he played a few years deeper into the 80s than Ham did, so I have a clearer recollection of him as a Steeler. His personality is as intimately woven into the legacy of the franchise as anyone who put on the black and gold. But I defer to some of my football elders who insist that no one played the outside linebacker position in a 4-3 like Ham did. 4 Super Bowl rings. 8 Pro Bowls. 4 All-Pro teams. In 1972, as a linebacker, Ham had 7 interceptions and 4 fumble recoveries. He was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year in 1978. Ham's 32 interceptions are equal to what Polamalu had in his career. 4. Troy Polamalu, if you told me I had to leave Polamalu out for both Ham and Lambert, I'd understand. But 8 Pro Bowls, a Defensive Player of the Year award, and 5 All-Pros go a long way. That's to say nothing of making one of the most iconic plays in franchise history. 3. Rod Woodson, if he had won a Super Bowl or 2 with the Steelers, I might elevate Woodson over the Blount. But he didn't. So, I can't. Also, this is about how these guys played as Steelers. If I could consider what Woodson did as a 49er, Raven and Raider, this might be different. 2. Mel Blount, don't yins know they changed the rules of the game 'cause of him, innit? I'll hang up and listen. 1. Joe Green, yeah. What Cowher said. He did it first, and he did it better than anyone else when it came to forging the history of the Steel Curtain. He was as important off the field as he was on it. Lambert leads the list of the next 5, then what? I don't want to employ the yeah, but how many Super Bowl wins did he have argument to a linebacker. It's not like he's a quarterback. Pittsburgh Steelers get big free agency steal in $6 million safety, per BR. Elliott, who previously played for the Miami Dolphins, boasts an impressive track record, including 3 seasons with over 80 tackles. His versatility has allowed the Steelers to deploy him effectively, contributing to their defensive strategy. In just 2 weeks, he has made 13 tackles, recorded an interception, and allowed only a single 8-yard reception on 6 targets. This kind of performance has made him a valuable asset alongside star safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, allowing the latter to take more risks and roam freely on the field. Much like Philadelphia Eagles' Zach Bond and Los Angeles Chargers' Christian Fulton, Bleacher Report's David Kenyon praised the Steelers for bagging Elliott in free agency. This can be seen in his latest NFL analysis for Week 3. Most recently with the Miami Dolphins, safety Deshaun Elliott is plenty experienced, with 380 tackle seasons. Pittsburgh has taken his versatility and deployed Elliott in a very effective manner. While allowing a single 8-yard reception on 6 targets, he's made 13 tackles and snagged an interception. "He's done a really nice job," Tomlin said of the veteran who signed a 2-year, $6 million agreement. "He's made quite a few plays, not to mention splash plays, interceptions, tackles for losses on 3rd down and 1, those weighty plays that shape football games." Elliott looks like an ideal complement to allow playmaker Minkah Fitzpatrick to roam freely on the back end of the defense, Kenyon wrote. Pro Football Focus has also recognized Elliott's contributions, ranking him among the top 5 safeties in the league based on his consistent performance in run defense, pass coverage, and tackling. Remarkably, opposing quarterbacks have a passer rating of 0.0 when targeting him, thanks to his precise positioning and ability to disrupt plays. As the Steelers prepare for the upcoming games, Elliott's integration into the defense is proving to be a game-changer, solidifying their status as a formidable team in the league. His early success underscores the effectiveness of the Steelers' front office in identifying and acquiring talent. Bill Belichick, Steelers might have the best quarterback situation in the league. The Pittsburgh Steelers have looked quite impressive to start the 2024-25 NFL season, continuing their undefeated season with a 20-10 win over the Los Angeles Chargers. On Monday, former NFL coach turned media personality Bill Belichick made it a point to offer some rather boldly confident comments about the Steelers' quarterback situation. Coming into the season, the Steelers had perhaps the most questionable quarterback situation in all football. On the one hand, you have veteran quarterback Russell Wilson, who has experienced a ton of success throughout his career but hasn't exactly looked like himself in recent years. On the other, you have Justin Fields, who has sometimes flashed significant upside during his time with the Chicago Bears but didn't have the team's success or consistency to stick around. Ultimately, Wilson's injury-riddled training camp led to Fields' starting the team's season opener. And Fields hasn't given the Steelers any reasons to move to Wilson, playing steady, mistake-free football over the team's first 3 games and contributing to their 3-0 start. On Monday's edition of the Pat McAfee Show, Belichick expressed his admiration for Fields' performance thus far, even suggesting that the Steelers might have the best quarterback situation in the NFL with Fields starting and Wilson as the backup. "Well, everybody's worried about Pittsburgh's quarterback situation," said Belichick. "They might have the best one in the league. You have an experienced guy to come in behind Fields if you need him. They are playing well as a team. But again, long way to go." McAfee was immediately quite shocked to hear Belichick say that. On paper, it does seem like an overreaction to the Steelers' success. The Steelers have only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in 3 games. On the other hand, Pittsburgh's defense has been outstanding, allowing no more than 10 points in any game, and is arguably the best unit in football on either side of the ball. Fields hasn't needed to do much more than take care of the football for the Steelers to have success. Having someone like Wilson waiting in the wings as your backup is undoubtedly a plus, as Belichick referenced. But Belichick knows better than anyone that it generally takes elite quarterback play to make any kind of significant run in the NFL in this day and age. And it sure seems like the jury is still out on whether either Wilson or Fields can provide that. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Bill Belichick? Leave your opinion in the comments.